Dear guests, dear Slovaks, dear citizens of the Slovak Republic, allow me to greet you in this pre-Christmas period and wish you all the best. Let's get straight to the point. This part of the highway, Lietavská Lučka, Dubná skala, Vrátanie, Tunnel, Višňové, is literally a blessing for this region, for the whole of Slovakia. It is a heavenly blessing. We can say a lot of bad things about it, but the fact is that this part of the highway will definitely be inherited by the Slovak public. I would like to connect this tunnel and this part of the highway with 3 words: people, stories, and emotions. I will start with people. If there are 20,000 vehicles from a quarter of the trucks, we can all imagine what a huge burden it will be for this region and for the people who travel this way. Speaking of people, I have to mention several generations of employees in various companies who contributed to the preparation and implementation of this building. I would like to personally mention the representatives of the Ministry of Transport and the National Railway Company. Mr. Minister, you will certainly confirm to me that when we met at the introduction to the government in 2023, I told you that you will not focus on politics. You will not think like Bamka Pinčašková. You will focus on what is your duty, that is to build roads, to build highways, to build railways. What is your life's job? And we will all help you with that. And today, we can say that Slovakia is pleasantly torn apart because we have negative emotions about being torn apart. In the last 2.5 years, many important steps have been taken. Let's look at Kisuse, D3, Tvrdošín. Let's look at what has been done to Mýtna, Kribaň, which we recently opened. We have the Ružomberka shop in a few months. We have other important buildings that were built in eastern Slovakia. I just don't know, Mr. Minister, whether we should dissolve the government for public care. It is simply not possible for someone in such a strategic building as D1 to make such a decision, which prevents us from continuing the pace we have set. We will have to take this issue seriously. Mr. Minister, Mr. Chairman of the NDS, you have my full support. I guarantee you that if I go to the European Council, I will not vote to send military loans to Ukraine, so that Slovakia is part of these crazy plans. We need money here at home in Slovakia. We have something to build. I believe that together with the Ministry of Finance, we will find resources in 2026 that will enable the Minister of Transport to take out various projects that are sufficiently prepared. I have told you about people, stories, and emotions. This building is connected with a huge number of stories, both good and bad. It is mainly connected with a large number of very bad political decisions. Namely, in 2010-2012, when 2 perfect PPP projects were prepared, as good as the PPP project with which we built the R1 from Nitra to Banská Bystrica. However, political decisions prevailed, political thinking prevailed, and this period, 2010-2012, was critical and significantly marked the course of the construction of this building. There are people who confirm that when a person enters the underground, the ground is protected. And then sometimes we see the bad luck that we consider to be a debt that we sometimes have to pay the ground. This building was also protected by a huge amount of water. We simply encountered problems not only in terms of political and financial character, but also in terms of the stories that build this building in advance when it comes to the projects of the Slovak railway network. And emotions. People, stories, emotions. We haven't even opened the tunnel yet, and there are already all kinds of emotions around it. We read all kinds of nonsense. For God's sake, people, let's enjoy things. Let's enjoy the fact that we won't have to walk under the roof. Let's enjoy the fact that we have another 15 kilometers of railway network. We can criticize what we want, but the fact is that we have completed this work to such an extent that we can hand it over to the Slovak public in the afternoon, which I am very much looking forward to. I don't know if you noticed, but I asked a colleague if I could do something that is not quite typical. I got here in the morning, I took my wheelchair, and I went through the tunnel on my wheelchair. It's very cold there, please don't go there, Kamil. But it's a beautiful thing, and when you go through it alone, without the help of people, you realize that everything is possible with the help of human hands. Let's continue to use the human mind, the 40L of our people. Let's continue to use what helps Slovakia and not what harms Slovakia. Long live the Slovak Republic, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you for your attention.